So as we come near the end of the year, as summer is approaching the final part of the season, what I got for you guys is a list of 10 MMORPGs to play right now that will be able to hold you off until 2021, because we got many brand new MMOs to play next year. So I got some old and new MMOs that you guys will be able to enjoy or be able to sink a decent amount of hours into it. Most of these games will not be for everyone, so bear with me as we discuss 10 MMOs you can join up right now. And don't forget Outcasts. Some of these will be free, some are paid subscription, or it's a one-time buy fee. So let's hop right into the video. To start the list off, so we have Final Fantasy 14, and this game has been on the radar for a very long time now. In the MMO community, this game continues to impress a few others in the community month by month, especially with its brand new updates, as I will discuss further into detail. The Reflections of the Crystal update and the brand new level cap to 60. Now, if you're a little bit confused to what I just said, then that means you haven't heard of the newest update to the game. The game currently has a brand new free trial system, which is a new level cap of 60 instead of the original level 30 cap, meaning you're able to play Heavensward and Realm Reborn for free. Crazy, right? Trust me, when I heard the news, it made me go, nani? Currently right now, the game is in their newest update called Reflections in the Crystal. After a few weeks of delays, Square Enix revealed new details for Reflections in Crystal, which is basically the patch 5.3. A huge free update that concludes the Shadowbringers storyline. Patch 5.3 will add in a bunch of new content, including new quests, a new Nier Automata crossover, alliance raid that Yoko Taro helped design, a new co-op dungeon, and a brand new Unreal Trials battle event that lets you take on very cocaine versions of powerful monsters throughout Eorzea, which is kind of like Final Fantasy X's Combat Arena. Once you get to level 60, the game now becomes paid subscription of $15 a month. Moving on to the next game is a big one. So Phantasy Star Online 2 had a rocky start this year when it finally released on PC for Windows. The game didn't allow players to log in. There was a lot of performance issues as well, thanks to the download client for Windows. This in turn made the PC release horrible, turned off a lot of new and old players alike. So them boys over on Steam said, let us get the game and show you how it's really done. And guess what? That's exactly how it happened. Steam took the game and it allowed it to be accessible through Steam, and it was like heaven. The game runs so much better and smoother, and it's just a better experience. So you can cross-save your account from Microsoft to Steam, and all of your stuff will carry over as well. PSO2 has a concurrent player base of 18,000 players and averaging 12,000 players daily. Not to mention, we have New Genesis coming out next year, which is their own title and it's not really connected to PSO2. Moving on to Albion Online, which Albion Online can be seen as a disappointment or something that is quite good. So Albion Online is a difficult but very real sandbox MMORPG, which is a very economic driven game. The combat is very interesting because you can tab target and you do have skills, but the interesting part about the game is the fact that you can mix your class like it's a glass of liquor. So if you want to be a tank rogue character, you can, or a mage tank, or a ranger tank, or whatever your mind puts it to be, whatever you want to be, you can be it. It's a classless system actually. And the recent expansion is called The Rise of Avalon, which features brand new dungeons called the Corrupted Dungeons, which allows invasions while others are trying to complete the dungeons. And there are hideouts as well. Now, the Corrupted Dungeons is quite a little bit of disappointment from the community. A lot of people thought it would be a little bit better. The PvP fame that you get is almost like a penalty. It's not really rewarding, and it's just so much more that they could have done with the Corrupted Dungeons. But hopefully throughout the days and the weeks go by, they will end up fixing it, which they did say they were going to fix the PvP fame. If you want to check out that video, I will link it right here. It's going to be in the card at the top right, as well as me speaking about the newest update to it. Moving on to Elder Scrolls Online. Now, ESO has finally made its place as one of the most popular games on Steam, surprisingly enough. Why exactly I say that for anyone who is new to ESO? Then you wouldn't know that when ESO first launched, it was atrocious, horrible, god-awful garbage. Let me explain. The game was just very buggy, and the content was just missing, and the guild battles were quite bare and unplayable. But after many expansions later and bug fixes later, the game is now playable, and it reached to one of the most played and most popular MMOs to date in 2020, and it's still fighting strong. The current expansion is the Greymore expansion, which features and digs deep into the vampires, explaining to us players how vampires truly got started in the world of Elder Scrolls, dating way back 900 years prior before the events of Skyrim, when ESO itself takes place 1,000 years prior to the events of Skyrim. Keep in mind, if you do want to play ESO, it is a one-time buy. It should be about $20 on Steam right about now, and as well it is on PS4 as well, and I believe as well as Xbox, but don't quote me on that one. So Guild Wars 2 is our next one on the list, and guess what, it's turning 8 years old, and ArenaNet is celebrating the occasion by giving away a whole host of anniversary gifts. The anniversary gift bundle includes a celebratory birthday enrichment item with a dazzling celebratory aura, an amulet of celebration, and the dedicated title, a random wardrobe option, as well as exclusive armor and weapon skins. Characters celebrating their 8th birthday next week will also get 5,000 karma points, an exclusive die kit, 2 black lion statuettes that can be exchanged for items on the gem store, 2 birthday boosters, and 5 teleport to friend tokens. The devs will also be hosting an anniversary live stream at 9 AM Pacific Standard Time on August 25th, and is currently offering a 20% discount on World Boss Portal devices until August 24th, and 30% off on the Living World Seasons 2, 3, and 4 until August 31st. Guild Wars 2 have been gaining a lot of hype and popularity lately, and more of the community is hopping back into the game. Tera Online has a special place in my heart. We've been on a rocky relationship since I first played the MMO on PS4 a few years back. As of right now, the game is in a stressful place right now due to the fact its publisher En Masse will be shutting down after working for 11 years. Support for Tera will still continue from Bluehole, but we just don't know the road Tera will take after this shutdown. Not to mention, but Tera as well will be releasing a mobile version similar to Smite or League of Legends called Tera Battle Arena. Even with everything going on, the community always has mixed feelings about Tera. Some people love it, some people don't. Even myself, I have mixed feelings for this game. Now, moving on to one of my most favorite MMOs probably on this list as we speak, and it is World of Warcraft. This holds a heavy place in my heart because it's the first MMORPG that I myself have completed in a way more than any other MMOs I've ever played. Which basically means I created the level 1 Warlock, grinded him to level 50, switched over to a Frost Death Knight, grinded him to level 116, and I was just 4 levels away from maxing him out and battle for Azeroth. The game is now in the Shadowlands expansion. From what I have read so far, Sylvanas betrayed the Horde. I'm not too sure on the lore right now. I have to look a little bit more into it once I get back into the game, but that's just what I'm hearing. I could be wrong. World of Warcraft is a good starter for most, but look out, the game is a paid subscription. It's about $10 to $15 a month. WoW is still pushing and striving, even being one of the most oldest MMOs in our history. Not to mention they added classic mode, which allows players to experience how vanilla World of Warcraft used to be like back in the good old days. And any of my old fans out there of World of Warcraft, the Barren Wastelands chats, when you used to tell new players wrong tips about the games, because that was the only way you could learn anything about the game, by looking at general chat. Now, moving on to the next game. If you're a fan of Star Wars and you need a good game to sink a lot of hours into, then Star Wars The Old Republic is the game for you. This is similar to ESO, as Star Wars is set 1,000 years prior to the events of what we see in the movies. You can choose to join the Galactic Empire or the Sith Lords, and players can take on the role of many stalwart classes such as the Jedi Knight, the Smugglers, the Sith Warriors, and the Bounty Hunters, and you can forge your own path with either the light or the dark side of the Force. You can search for adventure and excitement throughout the game when the galaxy has more than 30,000 parsecs wide. Now, TemTem is like a Pokemon, and if you love MMOs. This is a monster collecting MMORPG, of course heavily inspired by Pokemon. The game is still going strong since its launch, even having a brand new expansion called Kisawa Island, and it can lead you through the rest of 2020 if you're already playing TemTem. The story campaign is basically like this. You explore the 6 islands of the Airborne Archipelago Islands, embarking on your own personal journey as a TemTem trainer, all while fighting the evil clan Bosolto. Online in TemTem, you really don't want to play the game alone, so you can also join up with friends, competing with the other tamers to become the best of them all. And the last but not least, the biggest feature of the game is actually capturing the TemTems. So you can travel throughout the islands and the lands, taming the wild TemTems you come across, learn more about your TemTems to create the best team to battle other trainers and become the best. TemTems vary in types, even species with some resembling plants while other animals, and then you can capture all the TemTems currently in the alpha. There are currently 86 currently known species. And last but not least, finally in my list of 10 MMOs that you should play right now in 2020 will be Path of the Exiles. I personally love this game, the fact that it's an MMO version of Diablo 3, and I love action RPG, so it works in our favor. Path of Exile is very good action RPG to sink your teeth in due to the many classes you can play as, and the replayability is there as well. And so that was it for my top 10s list, guys, and this is the end of season 1 of my MMORPG news. I can't wait to see you guys in season 2. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, comment as well of what MMO will you be playing for the rest of 2020, and also guess what, subscribe if you love my content. And until next time, Outcasts, it's been your boy KSTTV, signing out. Peace.
I don't wanna break down, I've been losing faith now. I've been in my mind, getting used to the pain now. No one else to blame, did this all on my own. I don't think I'll change, this is all that I know.